the big news that happened, obviously, over the weekend was the Detroit Lions finally finding a trade partner for Matt Stafford. Well, I guess not finally, because I'm sure a lot of teams were actually wanting to go get Matt Stafford. And the Detroit Lions found the LA Rams. The trade, in my opinion, makes sense for both sides, but I think the winner out of this trade was the Lions. Now here's why. Let me go into explanation of that reason. So, first off, the Lions, the trade involved this. For those that don't know, Stafford was sent to the Rams. Rams sent Jared Goff, this year's 2021 third-round pick, next year's and the years after that, first-round picks. So the Rams are now, I think they're set to go about 7 years without a first-round pick, which is insanity. 7 years without a first-round pick. I don't get that. I really don't get that at all. Like, I could be wrong with the 7 years, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty close. Like, if that goes the way it goes, I'm pretty sure that's like the 2024 will be the next time they have a first-round pick, and by that time frame, it'd be 7 years since. So unless they go and trade for a first-round pick, it's going to be 7 years until they get one. It's going to be another, 3 years till they have a first-round pick. This year, next year, and next year. So, Sean McVay and the Rams must not like the first round for some reason. I get it, because maybe you can't afford what comes with a first-round pick. I get it, because sometimes first-round picks have, obviously, not sometimes, all the times, first-round picks means you got to pay more when it comes to the salary cap. Usually how it works is that teams have set salary caps put aside. They have that into account to where they can have these draft picks and make sure they're all signed at least going into next season. So that's how that works. Because if that wasn't the case, then shoot, if a team's like the Saints, for example, was way over the cap, they would just trade away all their picks, but they can't. So, going off topic, but let's look at the Lions and why I'm thinking that they are the winner of this trade. I think both teams got what they wanted, but the Lions, in my opinion, the main winner. So, I think what separates them as the winner is Jared Goff. And I know people are going to sit there and say, Jared Goff, no, he stinks. That's why he was traded. Jared Goff, I get, was a product probably of Sean McVay and that offensive system that he had for the Rams. I understand that. But for the Lions are looking like a rebuild, kind of maybe a few years of rebuild, and then we start making playoff runs. You at least have a quarterback right now that, God forbid you make the playoffs next year, because I don't see this team making the playoffs next year. I just don't. I think if they would have gotten first round, second round pick of this year's draft, maybe, because now you're getting more pieces, you signed some people, who knows. Now you're probably heading in the right direction for this year to make the playoffs. I just don't see that this year. I think this team misses the playoffs this year again. But you at least have a quarterback. Look, Jared Goff actually won playoff games for the Rams, multiple playoff games with the Rams, led them to the Super Bowl. He was there. So he actually has experience that Stafford doesn't have. Right? Matt Stafford has been to the playoffs only to lose in the first round, 2 or 3 times. He's the Lions I'm just saying right now, the Lions stink. Now I've already talked about it on my last episode when that guy from Pride of Detroit, SB Nation, said that the Colts were a bunch of losers. I've already talked about that. But the Lions stink on ice, okay? Hopefully, I do believe in Coach Campbell again. I do think this trade benefits the Lions more than it benefits the Rams. Now, don't waste your picks. Don't become another waste of talent, Detroit Lions, right? You guys have wasted first-round picks. You guys have talent on your team that's going on the wayside. So don't screw it up. Don't. Now you got Jared Goff, a guy that's a quarterback that's actually been to the playoffs. Get some pieces around him if you think he's your guy. If you don't think he's your guy, trade him somehow. Or just, take the hit. I don't know how it works. But don't keep him around if he's not your guy. Now, the Detroit Lions, again, pieces, future, rebuild. Can Coach Campbell do it? Time will tell. Let's look to the Rams. I think obviously Stafford is an upgraded quarterback over Goff. Yes, Goff has been to the Super Bowl. Yes, Goff has won playoff games. All that stuff. Yes, Goff has even been to the playoffs probably, about the same number of times as Matt Stafford? I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. One, two. I think, Goff's been to the playoffs 3 times. Stafford's also been to the playoffs 3 times, but Goff's been in the league less years. So, I don't know. Just saying. But Stafford is an upgraded quarterback over Jared Goff. Matt Stafford is a very good quarterback. I think people around the league understand, and everyone around sports get Stafford is an upgrade, again, over Goff. When it comes to Jared Goff, and when it comes to Matt Stafford, he's got weapons. He's got good pieces. I think that if somehow he builds the rapport, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, and they keep those guys together, they keep Aaron Donald, obviously they still have him under contract. They keep core pieces that they had. The Rams are no doubt a playoff team. Like before this trade even happened, I picked the Rams to go back to the playoffs because of what they had. So they'll go back to the playoffs with Matt Stafford. When you get there, don't screw it up. Like win the game. Don't lose. Actually make some moves in the playoffs. I don't see this making the Rams a Super Bowl contender. I just don't. I do see this though as the Rams, hey, we're going to get to the playoffs. Whatever happens, happens. I just don't see, and I'm not questioning how great Stafford is. I just don't know if the Rams are there yet. Like ever since that Super Bowl loss, they just haven't been the same. And I understand a Super Bowl hangover is legit. It's real. I just don't know if the Rams are the team that can go back right now. And the thing with losing these first round picks, you're not. I get they're trying to say the system that Sean McVay has works no matter the picks, right? That's why we've given up first round picks. We got Jalen Ramsey. We have Aaron Donald. We have Matt Stafford now. We have Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods. We have established players. And some guys you got to give up first rounders for. Sometimes you got to just develop. And so I think that's a big thing that's kind of in the hot seat. Now, kind of in the mindset of Sean McVay. And speaking of Sean McVay, if this doesn't work out, McVay and the GM, or is McVay the GM? I don't even remember. I don't even know. If he is cool, if he's not cool, whatever. But at the end of the day, if this doesn't work out, if Matt Stafford goes to the Rams and they lose, they don't do anything, they make the playoffs, but first round knockout, whatever, and Stafford struggles, McVay's on the hot seat. Doug Peterson was fired from Philadelphia for winning a Super Bowl for a city and a team that was dying for one, right? And then after that he made the playoffs a couple times, and then he had a bad year last year. There was organization disgruntled and all that stuff, whatever it is, clashing heads, and that was it. 1 year, one bad year. So if McVay has a bad year with this team and Stafford, McVay on the hot seat. He has to be. There is just no excuse to give up what you gave up if you don't capitalize now. Sean McVay is going to be on the hot seat if they don't do anything. I think right now you can probably make the case that he is, and that's why this trade has happened. Hey, man, we're going to get you. If you are saying that you need a better quarterback, fine, go make it happen. We'll make it happen. But do not screw up our future, which has happened before. Do not screw it up, because if this guy's not the answer, if he is, he better be the future. He better be taking us to win a Super Bowl, because the Rams, yes, they've won Super Bowls in the past. I get that. But this team is they need to win a Super Bowl. If you're gonna make this trade, like that, you're telling me and you're telling everybody you are lined up to try and go make a Super Bowl run. I personally don't see it that way. I don't think they're a Super Bowl team. I think they're a playoff team for sure. Maybe they get some help in the draft with whatever they have in the draft left as far as picks. Maybe they get some help. I don't know. But personally, I think, again, the Lions won the trade at the end of the day. I don't think the Rams really – and they got an upgraded quarterback, but that's it. And I think the Lions still have a good future. I think they have to – like, when you're bad and you realize that you're bad overall – you have to tear everything down and start and build. And I feel like the Lions have been doing that for so long. And tearing down is you fired Matt Patricia, right? He was in the future. We got rid of our guy who has given so much to his team, right? We got picks. We got some guy who we don't know if he's going to be good or not, but we're going to find out. And if he's not good, you get rid of him and you just continue to build without him. This is a team that can build in the future. They just haven't been good prior. So we'll see what happens in Detroit. I'm hoping for the best. Again, I'm not even a Lions fan. I'm a Colts fan, so I really don't care about the Detroit Lions. But I'm hoping, just for the sake of the of Lions fans out there, because I know they struggle. Like, as a Colts fan, pride of Detroit, it's going to the playoffs as often as we have done. Winning a Super Bowl with Peyton Manning, making to another one without Peyton Manning, doing all this stuff. And, and the time that Stafford's been there in Detroit, going to as deep in the playoffs as we've been to the AFC Championship game, that's up to you. That's on you guys. I feel your pain somewhat because, actually, no, I don't feel your pain because you guys have been through a lot as far as Detroit Lions fans. So I hope for the best for your organization and for the future of Matt Stafford as well.